All right, so it's been 3 days since we put out these rice collections, and let's check the first one. See what we got. Normally, like I said, I check these after 2 days, but it was raining yesterday, so I didn't get out here. And boom, that is just perfect right there. I'm fine with that. That looks good. Nice and fuzzy. All right, so let's check the other two, and then we'll take them over and process them into IMO2. Here's the second collection we did. This one has black rice, and we use the cardboard box. Very nice, very nice. I'll take it. Let's move on to the third one. All right, here's the third one. We're 2 for 2. This one had the nursery pot, but since it started raining, I came back and switched it out with the bucket. This one is also black rice, and it's the small bonsai pot. We got action all outside the pot. That's perfect. And look underneath of it. All right, good stuff. All right, so like I said, this is day 3 on our IMO collections, and I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here. Some people call this Santa Claus beard. You can kind of see why. That's the brown rice. This is the black rice in the small bonsai container. And this was the black rice in the cardboard box. So I'm really happy with all 3 of these. 3 days really is the sweet spot when it's hot out. Also, if you remember in part 1, we started a comfrey FPJ, and you can see that it's changed a lot. There's plenty of liquid in there now. All that sugar we put in there pulled out all these liquids and nutrients and hormones and enzymes all out of this comfrey, and now we can strain this liquid in about 2 more days, and we'll have a liquid comfrey FPJ input. So now that you got your rice collection, you want to put all these microbes in a dormant state. So the way we do that is we have to weigh our rice. So here's the first one. This is the brown rice. And you can kind of see why I like to put things on paper or paper towel. Keeps your box from getting too messy. And usually the rice comes out pretty easily. And this paper, I'll use that to, I'll just put that into a JLF or something just to soak out all those additional microbes. All right, so we got our rice in there, 1.5 pounds. And usually I would do my collection separate, but since I'm on the same property, I'm just gonna go ahead and combine all 3 of these. So you can see with a paper towel, it really comes out in one nice chunk. And even without the paper towel, it's still pretty solid. And finally, the one in the cardboard box. That's black rice again. Doesn't seem like there's much of a difference between black rice or brown rice, because you're growing what's there, and the rice is just a substrate for the microbes to grow onto. All right, I got 2.1 pounds of rice, so I want to add an equal amount of sugar. All right, so I weighed out my rice, weighed out my sugar, equal weight sugar to rice, excuse me. And then you just want to mix that by hand. And once again, the sugar will pull the liquids out of the microbes, which are all in here. And once it pulls the liquid out of them, they'll basically dry out and go dormant, but they will come back to life after once they're rehydrated or put into your soil. Because what you're doing is you're taking the sugar, and the sugar is binding with water molecules, and once a sugar molecule is bound with every single water molecule, it just dries the microbes out and they go dormant. So now this sugar rice mix just goes into a glass jar. Or two. You always want to keep some head space in the top of your jars. That just allows a little bit of air exchange for the microbes. And you don't want to pack this in at all. You just want to put it in. It doesn't have to be packed in. Looks like I might get it all in there. All right, rinse your hands off. Now just take this this IMO2. Now this will be a dormant jar full of indigenous microorganisms that you can set on your shelf and water them into your gardens and soil as you need to. Just cover this with a porous top or a cloth top. If it starts drying out, you can use a loose fitting cap. It doesn't have to be cloth for IMO2. But yeah, cover this, set it up in on your cupboard or your shelf, and you have a batch of readily available microbes that you can water into your soil. So I think that pretty much sums it up. We started if you remember part one, we started our JLF Liquid Fertilizer. So that's just working away. Our Comfrey FPJ. And now we have IMO2. So we're pretty much ready to get going into natural farming with these three items. And you can just build your inputs as you go.